Stop.
Quick pan. And
Girl, where's the toy? He needs a toy. You can give me your shoe.
All right, so the purpose that I have you all assembled today is talk about a concept that's probably very well recognized, but but maybe a little bit harder to identify, and that's basically the concept of a hero. So Oxford Dictionary defines a hero as somebody who's idolized or admired for courage. And a lot of times when we use this definition, we try to apply it to everyday life. We think about maybe somebody as a role model, somebody maybe in the comic book world, or sometimes we think of ourselves because we feel like we're somebody who do courageous things in the face of odds. So here today I'm going to inform you about somebody that you may not have heard of. His name is Melvin G. Smith. Melvin G. Smith is actually a gentleman born in Kittrell, North Carolina. He was born September 13th, 1937. Mr. Smith is actually born by the name of Malborn Goldsmith. When he enlisted to the United States Air Force, he chose to change his name to Melvin G. Smith in about a 24-hour period. Because back in those days, which is roughly 30 years before the Civil Rights Act of 1964, it was really easy for black people to change their names because they didn't have records of African Americans like they do now. So after Mr. Smith joined the United States Air Force, he then went on discharged, worked in a power plant. Randomly, Mr. Smith got a call from people working at the police department in Henderson, North Carolina. After training, after some time, he went on to become the first black police officer in Henderson, North Carolina. So let's paint a brief picture. Born 1937, got out the military around the time of the Korean War, still before the Civil Rights Act. So in a heavily segregated place, he's the first person to become a police officer and be African American. Now, with this became a lot of challenges. As like I said, Henderson, North Carolina still to this day is a place that has a KKK hotline. You call 492-6000. It's a number that still goes on now. They still advertise what they plan on doing, the moves they plan on making. And this person really spearheaded the time in terms of, I guess we say, inciting change, of having, somebody look like myself at least, be the head of the police department. So within his first 5 years of actually being in the police department as a police officer, he got many threats from the KKK. Mm-hmm. He had a Molotov cocktail thrown through his house. He got his wife stopped and harassed at stoplights, at stores. It's a plethora of things that he dealt with. He actually went on and became the police chief afterwards. After being the police chief, he got hate mail. He had over 400 letters sent to his house saying they want to kill him, burn his family. Actually, when his grandson was born, they had to have protective custody at the hospital for his grandson because there was threats against his grandson's life because of who he was. So if we look back at the definition of a hero, it's somebody who's, like I said, idolized because of courage, idolized because they do things without fear. So here's me informing you, Mr. Melvin Smith, somebody who's a civil rights hero and also my grandfather. Thank you.
Oh, nice.